Hey, everybody. Hello, Santa Fe. Happy March the 23rd, Tuesday. A beautiful day in Santa Fe, although rumor has it we're getting some more snow. So see how it goes. It could be spring or it could be headed toward an April Fool's Day snowstorm. But no matter what the weather, wear your face mask, practice physical distancing, use your hand sanitizer, wash your hands when you go out, when you come home. We're looking at deciding, we'll find out tomorrow, are we going into turquoise or are we headed backward to yellow? And I'm hoping we're headed for turquoise. Here's the numbers for the last 5 or 6 days. On the 18th, we had 14 new cases. On the 19th, we had 17 new cases, then down to 10, then down to 7, then down to 2. So I'm hoping we will continue to find our way toward turquoise, but don't stop focusing on staying healthy yourself, making sure your family's healthy, staying healthy across our community. Bend the curve, wear your mask, practice good physical distancing, practice COVID safe practices. I'll talk about COVID more in a minute, but first, a very tragic day in our neighbors to the north in Boulder, a shooting at a supermarket, a grocery store. 10 people lost their lives. An officer, a police officer, the first to respond, was shot and killed. That comes on the heels of another shooting tragedy in Atlanta, where a group of individuals, mostly Asian American women, were murdered in an outbreak of violence. That is a tragedy for all of us, wherever it happens. It is a tragedy for our community. I know our police and fire responders take it very much to heart. I was on a call this morning with both police and fire. They know that they face that kind of danger every day on our behalf. They run toward the danger. At the same time, there is far too much hatred, far too much racism, far too much discrimination, and far too many handguns in the hands of the wrong people. We do need common sense gun measures. We also need mental health and behavioral health remedies. If you know somebody who needs to talk to somebody about their mental health, if you are yourself feeling the stress of a year of COVID and you want somewhere to turn for some help, nmcrisisline.com, nmcrisisline.com. You can get help. You can help someone who doesn't know where to turn. Let's try to come out of COVID not only safer physically with vaccinations, but better off mentally, emotionally, psychologically. Let's heal our year-long or longer times of stress and times of emotional upset. About our recovery from COVID, there are reasons to be cautiously optimistic. There is a day of reckoning tomorrow. We'll either go turquoise or back to yellow. Stay tuned. But whatever way we go, it's still incumbent on each of us. It's our jobs to keep our community safe. Wear your mask, practice physical distancing. I was walking around the plaza on Saturday, and now for lunch, I walked over to pick some lunch up, bring it back to City Hall. Most people are wearing masks. When you see a couple, it's usually a woman wearing a mask and a guy not wearing a mask. Come on, men, wear a mask. Step up, wear a mask. It keeps you safe, keeps the people you love safe. It keeps everybody in our city safe. The numbers on our vaccination dashboard continue to go up. As of yesterday, Santa Fe County was at about 37% having at least one shot in their arm. 20% with 2 full shots, 20.5%, almost 21%, and 61.6% of folks are registered at the Department of Health dashboard, or Department of Health website to get registered. Please register. Follow us on the dashboard, see how we're doing. But remember that the way to get registered is to go to the DOH dashboard. We're reaching the point now where there will be more vaccine coming. In some parts of America, there's more vaccine than there are people who want to get vaccinated. Here in Santa Fe, here in northern New Mexico, we have vaccinations coming our way. Get registered and you will get called. It's now at the level of 1C. We've gone 1A, 1B. 1C is open to most everybody, and that's why we are leading the nation. New Mexico is leading the nation in vaccination and in utilization of the vaccine. So when you go get your vaccination, thank the frontline workers, the healthcare staff, the volunteers, individuals who are there to help you. I went over to Christus on Saturday. I was part of about 700 to 800 people, all in one day, getting vaccinated. And the system was smooth, safe. The volunteers were there to help guide folks. The professional healthcare workers made it absolutely easy and confident. After you get your vaccination, they sit you down for 10, 15 minutes while you make sure there are no adverse reactions. It is smooth, it is professional, it is reassuring. It is Santa Fe taking care of Santa Fe. So thank you to everybody who is putting medicine into our arms, giving us a sense that the recovery is coming. Our recovery is also coming along economically. We announced yesterday that the city of Santa Fe is experiencing an uptick in our gross receipts tax. As we open up safely, we're seeing revenue come to the city in the form of taxes. We were able to put $1.8 million into our Affordable Housing Trust Fund, bringing it up to $3 million for this year. We'll do it again next year. We'll have $3 million in the Affordable Housing Trust Fund next year. That is great news for our city. We all know that housing is our number one priority. Housing across the spectrum, starting with preventing homelessness, helping those who are having to experience homelessness, giving them a place to live, moving to people who are looking to affordable housing. They need help with a voucher or other forms of subsidy, moving to people who are renting an apartment, trying to buy their first home, or at the other end of the spectrum, people who are downsizing, they're empty nesters, they're looking to sell a home and move into something smaller. We continue to make progress, and it is a real testimony to our affordable housing team led by Alexandra Ladd. Our land use department has done a super job during COVID, putting out building permits. Those permits have kept our economy going, but even more importantly, they have kept you in a position where you can add to a house that you already have, or build a new residence, or take advantage of somebody else building a residence. We're up to about 1,000 new units this past year, and that is an all-time high. So we continue to work on more housing, more kinds of housing, affordable housing for everybody, and at the same time, do it in a way that respects the traditions, the character, the uniqueness of Santa Fe. We're also getting some money from the federal government. We haven't gotten the details yet from the Department of the Treasury, but I'll be having a visit tomorrow with our own Senator Ben Ray Lujan to talk about the money that will come our way from the American Rescue Plan, Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion measure to reboot and restore and rebuild our country. We'll get $15.4 million to spend over 3 years. So we'll be looking at ways to make an impact, just like we used the CARES Act money to have an impact on the lives of so many of our families and folks living in the city with CARES Act. We're going to look to use this money to make an impact as we go forward. We also got the results of the recently completed legislative session. Tip of the hat to the governor and her team and to all the people in the legislature. Our delegation did a spectacular job this year working under the most difficult conditions. COVID-19 closed down the roundhouse. We also had the danger, the threat coming after the insurrection at the Congress in DC. We had the threat potentially of an insurrection at the roundhouse. So our legislators did an amazing job, and they did a great job for the city of Santa Fe. A lot of legislation made its way into law. Our firefighters who had been not getting the retirement benefits they're entitled to, we helped work to get a bill passed so their retirement will match the number of hours they work. That's a big win for all of our firefighters and everybody in public safety in Santa Fe. We helped promote a bill for community solar to begin to wean us even more off of fossil fuels and to make the transition into renewables. There's a measure going to be on the ballot that we've supported to allow all of us to vote on opening up the land grant permanent fund so more money can go toward education, and in particular, early childhood education in New Mexico, as we try to lift the entire state up, lift our kids up, give them a better future through education that starts at an early age. On the capital outlay front, again, our delegation and the governor were extraordinarily effective and generous. We got $1 million to spruce up our parks. We got $1 million, a vote of confidence, $1 million for the Midtown property to make it more development ready, $1 million there for infrastructure or to begin the process of clearing the site so it can become able for shovel-ready projects to move forward. We got $1.2 million for local street and road work, important all over the city to upgrade our infrastructure, $1.2 million, and there are projects all across Santa Fe that will be the beneficiaries in every district. Every part of our community will get some of that money. And another more than $1 million for the Southside Teen Center. It's a project, we've talked about it for more than a decade, talked to Councilor Abeyta on the South Side in District 3. He's got resolutions that go back 10 years or more, promising to build a Southside Teen Center for our kids and young teenagers, the people with families who live on the South Side, need help, need resources. We now have all the funding in place. We're going to break ground on the South Side Teen Center, and a lot of the help has come from the legislature and the governor, and that's support that we're very grateful for. There is more news about activities in New Mexico and in the state around social justice. I'll give you a heads up. Thursday, March the 25th at 5 p.m., there is the Santa Fe Dreamers Project virtual Zoom event. It is a project with to provide an update about the immigration policy coming out of the Biden administration. There is a way to check it out. Go to the New Mexican website, go to the Friends of the Santa Fe Public Library or our public library website. You can find out about the Santa Fe Dreamers Project, an important part of our community, and what makes Santa Fe so special, so amazing is our diversity. So check that out. Remember to, as I said before, get registered for your vaccination. There's another interesting day today. If you're looking at what's going on in America, it is Diabetes Alert Day, a free 1-minute anonymous type 2 diabetes risk test. pathstohealthnm.org. There are a lot of folks in our state who are not yet diabetic, but they are pre-diabetic. And this test will tell you if you are at risk and give you some important steps that you can take to prevent or delay diabetes. Those are all good things for our health, our social health, our economic health, and our mental and overall well-being. Remember to shop local. Speaking of our own health, as we go, hopefully go from green to turquoise, keep your money where your home is. Keep your money where you live, right here in Santa Fe. We're opening up safely. And we're doing it in ways that allow us to now go back to our favorite restaurants, go into our favorite retailers, begin to support with our dollars our mom and pop shops right here in Santa Fe. So shop local, keep your money where your home is, and remember to support all of the families who depend on all of us for their livelihood. There's a food distribution coming up Thursday, March 25th, 7 to 9 a.m. Our friends at the Food Depot continue to do magical, important, miraculous work. 122 Siler Road, Food Depot food distribution. If you need help, ask for help. Help will be forthcoming. That's about it for this day. On Friday, we'll go back to our regular visit with Dr. Wendy Johnson and take a look at where we are with vaccinations. One thing that tells me there's more good news coming, I was looking at an article, national article today, reading the paper. There is about to be more vaccine available than there are people waiting to be vaccinated. So we've gone from a situation where we were constrained by supply, a lot of demand, but not enough supply. Now we're at the point where we're getting a lot of supply. We need more demand. So if you haven't registered at the Department of Health website to get your vaccination, please do it. It's becoming faster and easier, more convenient, more plentiful. This is the time for us to get to the point where we hope soon more than 50% of everybody in Santa Fe County will have been vaccinated. We're on our way with the number of people who've been vaccinated one time. Now we need to continue to the point where everybody has been completely vaccinated. In the meantime, as we open up, as we work with our local merchants, our restaurant operators to make sure they can put tables out in parking spaces or set up tents where they can have dining in a parking lot adjacent to their restaurant. We want to support them. We want to continue to support our local retailers, our mom and pop shops, the people who are the heart and soul, the essence of Santa Fe. There's more things opening up to do. The bowling alley is open in the DeVargas Mall. Meow Wolf is open. It's already booked up, apparently, all the way into April. So if you know you want to go check out the changes to Meow Wolf, the COVID-safe technology they've installed there, go on the Meow Wolf website and register to go back into Meow Wolf and check it out as it reopens. Things are opening, and that's the good news. We still are not out of the woods. There's talk of more variants coming into the United States or spreading across the United States. We know that Europe, Germany, and Italy, other parts have shut down again because of those variants. The key is to get vaccinated before the variants arrive. Really important. Meanwhile, whether you're vaccinated or not, it continues to be good practice to wear your mask, to wash your hands, practice physical distancing, stay outdoors as much as you can. If it snows, it'll be a beautiful snowfall. If it stays like it is now, it's a great day for a hike, going into one of our parks, have a little fun, enjoy the spring weather. Most of all, stay healthy. Take care of yourself and your family. Take care of our community, and together we will all take care of Santa Fe, the city we love We will all be safe and together. Thanks for watching. Stay well. I will talk to you again on Friday with more news as we reopen. We'll know whether we're yellow or turquoise. Fingers crossed we're headed for the turquoise, and we'll keep going from there. Thanks a lot, everybody. Take care. Stay well. See you soon.